You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is up, and welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio Podcast. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and we have a very special guest, so you definitely want to stick around for that. We have all kind of exciting things to talk about with our guests, play some music, of course, which is always super awesome in my opinion. Anyways, sadness means you care. And every last one of us experience sadness at some point in time, you know, because sadness is an intensity, it kind of intensifies life's longing for itself. We often focus on the painful part, you know, the longing. And yet there is also a sadness and a profound affirmation of life, of what could have been, of what can still be. Sadness is possible only because you care. And the more you care, the more pronounced the sadness. And yet, the more potential for joy you also have. Though sadness may often feel like emptiness, it is not. In every sadness, there is a kernel of joy. Something in your sadness lets you know, without the slightest doubt, that things are not as they should be. That something is the joy which you know just does not exist at the moment, you know. Sadness means you sincerely care. Build on that, strengthen it, see past the pain of the moment and find a positive outlet for the depth of your feelings. Know that your sadness affirms the joy and beauty that life can be. Experience the purity of being fully alive and let that profound caring propel you forward. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
Imagine being paid for using social media. WebTalk is changing the way we connect and get paid. WebTalk is the social media platform that pays you. With WebTalk, you can promote and manage all your social media sites from one place. It includes features like user search, media galleries, referral tracking, magic newsfeed, Meet video chat, classifieds, and much, much more. WebTalk is booming with over 4 million users. Manage, connect, engage, get paid. No matter why you network, you can do it better with WebTalk. You can connect with your friends, colleagues, and the world. Use WebTalk to consolidate, organize, and syndicate everything. Imagine your perfect networking app. You will find it with WebTalk. It's time to take back control of you. WebTalk is the best free way to communicate and create success. To learn more, visit myfreewebtalk.com. That's myfreewebtalk.com.
Turn me cold. Made a left, thought it was the right road. Looking back, like where the fuck did I go? Lose a bitch over chasing after dough. I ain't never lose a bro over hoe. Maybe once, but that shit ain't have to phone. If you family, you always my bro. Peace mode, back to the business. After getting half baked, I smacked off the swishes. Cop the hat, half price for my nigga. Either the tobacco or the liquor. Either money or the bitches. Either church or my hitters. Either broke or the riches. Being broke, you gon' get it. Niggas killing over million. Niggas killing over. Shit, I had too many close calls. Well, the streets are long when shit hit the wall and shit start to draw. Too many close calls. Shit draw. Close calls. Shit draw. Imagine how my life would be. Might not even be here, might be there, let's be clear. I look in the red, I switch up the gears to release my fears. Release my fears. Might not even be here, might be there, let's be clear. I look in the reds, I switch up the gears to release my fears. I'm more than aware that I need the chair to make them beware. Whether shot, the cops, or drugs, or doubt, watch your back. The block is hot, no speed, no shot. That's almost whether job get violations, time should draw. And the feds, the crest, the death, suppress it. Calling. Close call, 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 close call. But the streets so long and shit hit the wall and shit start to draw. Too many close call, shit draw, close call, shit draw, shit draw. If the devil got to me, if temptation got to me, if that bullet done got to me, if that bullshit done got to me, I don't give a fuck though, I just wanna fuck more, I'm feeling more cutthroat, 17 though, so after that I go change the glow, money cash flow or rap flow, I don't pick up phones, I know the cars go, but I got an answer for. Shit, I had too many close calls. But the streets are the law, shit hit the wall, shit shut the draw. Too many close calls, shit draw, close calls, shit draw. Imagine how my life would be. Imagine how my life would be if the devil got to me. I might not even be here, might be there, but I look in the reds, switch up the gears, release my fears.
All right, guys, again, welcome to the show. You are listening to Vigilantes Radio Podcast, and I am your host, Dini-Mussolini. Our special guest tonight is an artist by the name of soulo-smith out of Pittsburgh. I mean, not Pittsburgh, but out of Pennsylvania. It may be Pittsburgh. Man, Pennsylvania as a whole is definitely revving up the music industry scene as of lately. Anybody from Philly or Pittsburgh, are really stretching their arms out in this industry, So, yeah, Pennsylvania, PA, definitely. All right, and May has been like an inspiring month already, and meeting some truly focused artists, bands, CEOs, educators, and people of all sorts, and definitely soulo-smith is one of them for certain. I really enjoyed writing this interview personally. It's going to be awesome to talk to him about his EP that just came out recently, how it was made, what all went into it, and discuss those things in the open. So, let me give you a quick rundown of who this guy is. Like he's super incredible. He's an artist, writer, poet, rapper, actor, producer. He's a former president of Spoken Artists United and Economics Club organization at DSU, which is Delaware State University. He's the co-founder of Art, Music, and Concert. Man, this guy does a lot, and I'm sure he fights crime on the side on the weekends. Yeah, so he has to all those incredible hats that he is wearing and has worn, and then still pursuing, the art of artistry. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get soulo-smith on. Hey, man, how's it going? You're now live in the midst with all of us. How are you doing?
Again. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, soulo-smith, man, out here from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And, shout out Pittsburgh, though. Shout out all PA. Shout out DE. Shout out NYC. Shout out everybody right now around the globe going through, especially this worldwide, epidemic, pandemic. But I want to give a special thanks to you for, allowing me to be here. And I appreciate the opportunity.
Most def, man. We appreciate you as well, man, creating dope music for us to listen to during this pandemic that is plaguing our entire country and world, for that fact. So I'm going to back it up after this, but your EP is called Contagious. Now, was this planned or you kind of created this during the whole pandemic?
I tell you what, man, me and my creative bag, I was allowed to just have the time, as far as like, what are you doing with the time? I put a lot of time into, expressing myself how I feel right now, and the best way for me is through music. So I made this literally a month ago or less, and the production, the beats was done a little while ago, 2019, but I got right into the writing and made the songs, and I had no idea I was going to be making Contagious, the EP, but it just felt right, and I put it out there, and I actually got some more music coming, so it was just make it be.
Yeah, man. So the EP is perfect for what we are going through, man. And it's a perfect
appreciate that.
Yeah, man, it's a perfect listening piece, especially when you're on a commute. I had a chance to sit with it a few times, back and forth on these highways, and I just appreciate your art and the work you put into it.
Thank you. I appreciate you sitting down, or while you just found some time. That's really what this whole thing was kind of about. They kind of, we got boxed in multiple ways from the information we received, from also how we physically got boxed in out of nowhere, and from different cultures, we go through different things. So I started with Sick and Tired because it was just that time to just get into how you feel emotionally about multiple things. It could be what you're going on in your life, so everything could be good. Some things you're just sick and tired of. So I just felt starting with that was a great piece. And from there, getting into some things that could open your mind, expand with Contagious. That song just being a rhyme, lyrical rhythm that can just have you think while still vibe. That's something I just wanted to bring to the table while, whether you was quarantining, whether you just riding. People love hip-hop, people love lyrics, and I know they love vibe. So that led to Wash My Hands. And Wash My Hands is just all about good music, good vibe, good intentions, while still having a thoughtful, piece to it. So that instrumental, all those instrumentals to me are like special, but I had no plan for that to be a part of Contagious, the EP. But besides what may have been planned or what may have been aware before the public know, now it's just the time that I'm like, let me just put out something that can help anybody. That we got one life to live, we got one night. It's a shame that anybody that's going through death or going through any sickness or going through anything, money, anything that could just be damaged and unpredictable. So I want to give some light of hope while still talk to you from your heart, where you may feel.
Most def, man. That's real. So let's back it up, man, and go deep into the history, the timeline, and you can start at any point in time as you like. But what is the genesis of Soulo-smith? Like, how did your whole journey into music begin?
Man, Soulo-smith, poet, writer, future producer. I had no clue I was going to dive into production, but once I dove into production, man, really just dove into my soul and music, and I just work on that every single day, every single time I can. I act. I'm a businessman. People know I'm business minded. So, and I'm a spiritual guy. I'm a good person. So that's just felt in everything I do. Whether it's my company, whether it's my things I did at school, whether it was things I just did in the street, whether it's things I did in sports. People just feel my intentions in the room, and I bring that to the table. I bring that to everything I do, every career aspect. And me being an artist is like my bread and butter. So that's how I can escape. That's how I can express. That's how I can, I could do a song better than I could have a conversation. And then it's like, once you feel me by the end of the song, and then it's like, I don't know how to explain it sometimes. It's just how I feel when it comes down to music, and that's why I love music. So whenever I get a chance to put that in the thought, put that in the essence and create, we was created. So like, whenever we get a chance to create, whether it's a song, whether it's a platform, whether it's an opportunity, like that's the essence of we were created. So I love being a creator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you also have a dual personality, maybe not even dual personality, but yeah.
AKA someone like the others. And just to start with someone like the others. Someone like the others is just how I felt, just writing one day, and then I just felt like, explaining who I am. Someone like the others just mean I'm myself. I'm original. Meaning, I learn from different artists. I have artists that, whether you call them icons, you learn from. I just call them, inspirations, and I have that, and then I put all that into me, and I bring myself to the table every time on every single song, and I really I don't try to be nobody else but myself, and that's really how I move in my music, and that's where someone like that has come from. That now transpires to my instrumentals, and I love it. And it grows every day.
Yeah. I could tell, man. I could tell the growth. So, Contagious EP, which number project is this?
Now, first EP under Soulo-smith that you can find on iTunes, under Spotify, under, the main platforms. You can find some old stuff of mine that I did years ago, Hangover University. You can find Timeless. You can find Appreciate under Someone Like the Others. That's SOULIKETHEOTHERS. So you'll be able to find that if you just want to just vibe out to some of my music. But SOULO-SMITH, you'll find all that on major platforms, my instrumentals, my vibes, my lyrics, everything for the past couple of years.
Okay. So you were going under another name, Someone Like the Others?
Someone Like the Others is just, it's my dual personality. So, I have music, I have producers that I work with, and I have songs under them, so you'll be able to find them on major platforms. But when it comes down to things, I've just been zoning in on my instrumentals just to keep it honest, and I've just been using soulo-smith as that bread and butter. So you'll find a lot of music under me if you do some research.
Yeah.
Honestly.
For sure. Did your style change much as you began to, merge into what you do now?
I like to think my style changes every instrumental, every new song. I like it definitely changes. I think what changes is my mentality, my growth, and my thought process. Some of the roots may be the same, as growing over time, but as I grow, like how I deliver a message, how I tell a story, and that definitely grows. And I definitely have to grow. If I ain't growing, if I'm staying the same, if I feel like my music is stagnant, then I'm not happy. I know my fans want to be happy, and that growth, like that seed, is not there. So trying to plant trees in the future. So as of now, and laying the roots. So it's like I want 10, 20 years from now you to hear the growth, like wow, and see. And some things you never expect, but some things you'll be right on cue, and no matter what, it's gonna be a vibe.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And man, like, talking to artists, when it comes to like their style, their sound, a lot of times, artists will say, I sound like me. And, that raises a question, like, who are you? Or, what do you sound like? What's your interpretation of your sound? So I'm going to ask you the same thing, man. In your opinion, how do you describe the defining characteristics of your sound, your music, your vibe?
I think to come from to understand solo, you have to really understand different perspectives and really think outside the box. The vibe is going to catch you, but who am I? I'm a soul. I understand that. And then you're going to see soul through music. You're going to actually see my soul. And my music actually will tell you who I am.
For sure.
So that's really like who am I? Honestly, I'm a soul. And I know that. It's in my form.
So within like the textures of your music, how deep do you go within your life?
Depends on the track, and as you talk about growth, each song, each EP, each collective go deeper, whether it's the world, whether it's my life, and especially as the growth continues. And that's how I will love. Some things I may not have never even told in songs because the growth has not even taken place yet, and once the growth takes place, I'll be able to deliver how I picture it, and like that's growth to me. Like it's all soul essence, it's all energy. Like I'm energy, and you ask who I am, I'm energy. You feel me in the room? I don't even gotta speak sometimes. You feel me? Like
yeah.
So.
Sure. So we played the record Close Call at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. What was the inspiration behind this song?
It's just different time in my life where I write from a perspective where I can gather multiple stories, and I can, whether it was experience with some fans, whether it was like experience with I don't go into too much where it's like I talk about it, where it's like I generalize it a lot, but it's just where you can understand the perspective. That's where I come from. Like, it's different times in my life where we had close experiences, car accidents. I don't want to say baby moms, but yeah, damn near. Like, you don't want to have issues, but gunshots, but you don't want to deal with drugs when you go do shit on the street. Like, it's just different perspectives of how even the generation may feel. I mean, sometimes you just want to say fuck the world. So it's really putting all that into a song where it's like you feel it as soon as the beat drop, and that's energy. And that's what I mean. Like, and then it's like when you listen, you want to just feel different times where you had close calls in your life. Whether it was exactly what I said or it was something that was similar, something that you just resonate with. And everybody had close calls because every day is a blessing.
Yeah, man. You can say that again. Definitely. Yeah. So what does the entire EP mean to you personally?
To me, introduction to a lot of people that may never even have heard who Soulo-Smith is, never even heard of Soulo-Smith, or may have been just something that you just need right now, because I call it contagious, because it's spreading, and when it hits you, it's going to be what you needed some way, somehow. That's the plan. And it's just introduction to even me, because like I said, I got more music coming, and God willing.
Yeah. How soon?
How soon?
Yeah.
I would love to say tomorrow. I would love to say yesterday. And honestly, the timeline is just, I tell people, go to someoneliketheothers.com/DA-vaccine. That's VACCINE, vaccine. So the next one, so you can just keep in the loop. Like, I let my fans know what's going on, and I got a platform, someoneliketheothers.com, where they can just stay right in the loop. So
I like that.
You really want to know what's going on, you want to get exclusive, and also find out even before, someoneliketheothers.com, subscribe, go to members, just put in your email, and you'll be all set.
For sure. And listeners, we will have those links in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you got to do is click those hyperlinks. But going back to the web address with the vaccine, are you creating a series here?
Not really, but I got music for the times. That's how quick I cooked it up. So,
okay. That is clear.
Series and how you may feel, and all the information out there. You know, I think music is like a great way. And as an artist, I mean, I hear music. I love music, and I love some of the music I hear. I grew up with, and you know, and the music that really resonates with me is the ones that that it's almost like they speak in my language. They spoke what I went through, like some, or they speak what I'm thinking about almost. Or, so it's like that's where Contagious the EP is. But that's just the introduction to the vaccine, where you really may be at. You know, like you said, you're going to get deeper. So that's what that's about.
Cool deal. So Contagious.
That's just some more. I got some more coming. Like just stay in the loop with Soulo-Smith, and you won't be disappointed.
Man. People want to know when, though. But you know, Solo, that kind of raised a question too. Like, how long should an artist spend with their project before they move on to something else? And what I mean by spend time with it is, promote it, be on the boards, doing interviews such as this, blogs, performing. I mean, that's out of the question right now, but still, the whole campaign, the whole 9-yard works of rolling out the what we used to call a press rollout, where it's like 26 weeks of talking about a project. But I know nowadays attention spans are short. The next hot thing will be here in 33 minutes, and then the next hot thing in the next 2 minutes. But still, how long should an artist of these days and times should they spend with their project before they move on to something new?
The answer needs to be defined. I mean, it's definitely just changing. So each artist is going to be different. Each artist is going to have their own campaign strategy. If you are an independent artist, you should still have a campaign strategy, marketing strategy, whatever you want to do. Just putting some plan with it. But it's honestly, the numbers will speak for itself. Sometimes the profit, you know, you can honestly see profiting from the same song. Like sometimes the money will speak for itself. Sometimes it's about the music. Sometimes you just got to put out some good vibes. So like, that's defined by each artist, and that's the same thing. I know I'm going through my process, like you said, which one, and like I feel it's coming soon, and I know when it drops, it's going to be the right time, because some things can be right before it's time, some things can be right on time.
Yeah.
And some things can be too late. You're right.
Sir.
So each time is different, so you got to figure it out as an artist. That's like almost a basketball player. Like when you're supposed to drop 30 points, when you're supposed to drop 50, like sometimes it's about to win. So you just gotta go about it. And you go about it. As long as you on, as long as you putting yourself out there, and you do have some form of plan, you know, it's gonna level up each time.
Right. Man, during the recording of Contagious EP, were there any highlights or events that kind of changed the direction or the theme of the EP?
No, not really. You know, everything is in the time span of, you know, what it's meant to be. So I won't tell you nothing change it. I'm always adaptable with my music, and sometimes it changes as I'm writing, as I'm recording. I may bang with the sound, maybe something I may take out. So nothing really changed the direction of it. I think what really just happened is something just inspired the next project. So that's how I can answer that the best.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, are y'all ready for some more music? We have more Soulo-smith. We're going to play Contagious, and we'll be right back. Here it is.
Contagious. Contagious. Contagious, today is your hands and faces. Facelift, then face it, your life has changes. Drop drawers, cause it's all out to take it. Quarantine with medicine and termination. We all experience the world in phases. Some have adrenaline, some can take it. Some are dependent, and it's a shame, cause ain't no answering to your statement. I need a doctor, I'm trying to prosper. Like a Holocaust or a martyr. Swine flu or Spanish flu. Shit, I want us. Only sipping some Bud Light to the corner. No disrespect to Corona, I don't want no war with ya. But when we get a cure for ya, I'm shitting all over ya. Right around the corner. Need a horn or an ambulance or I'm on, cause it's contagious. 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 This ain't what you want. Smoking raw papers, but I still keep it blunt. Started in the front, went to the back, spread it to the left, right at your neck. Fucking up your checks, fucking up your plans. Christians turn to faith, conspiracies turn to chess. Thinking what's next? No sirens, no alarms, no fighting. Nothing wrong when you try and rub it on the virus, just getting strong. But it's a free world, so you doing what you want. Can't afford a test, so you don't even know what's going on. Media pushing fear, it's either got you scared or it's got you feeling weird, or you living with no fear, but it's still hell on earth, cause people disappeared, or they even living in pain. Nurses barely got a chance. I ain't the president, all I do is make it dance. But yo, we quarantine when this coulda never happened. Contagious. Contagious, contagious, contagious. Contagious. contagious.
All right. We are back again. That was Soulo-Smith with his song Contagious off of the Contagious-ep. Dope record, man. He's just all around talented, producer, writer, artist extraordinaire. That is what he is. All right. Guys, you have to invest in yourself. Think of those times when you've been the happiest. In almost every case, there have likely been the times when you've given something of yourself to the moment. The things which you sincerely put yourself into are the things which will bring the longest and most satisfying rewards. What if you went to like the stockbroker's office and said that you wanted to have a lot of valuable investments but did not want to put any money into them? That would be totally ridiculous, and you'd be laughed at and kicked out, you know? So a valuable investment requires investing, you know? And a life of fulfillment requires that you invest your time, your effort, and your spirit in it. That means doing more than the minimum required to just get by. It means putting all you have with sincerity and enthusiasm into each day. You have so many great things to invest in life: your time, your interests, your passions, your knowledge, the things you love to do. Put as much of yourself as possible into each moment, into every action, into your work, your play, your family, and community. Soon, that investment will truly be worth a fortune. And you, my friends, are the greatest investment. So invest in yourself. All right, take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring back the man of the moment. Soulo-Smith, you're back with us. Yeah, man, dope song, dope song.
Well, that's some facts you said, man. I appreciate that too, man. You said invest in yourself. You said, you go to the stock exchange and how can you invest without no money? Put money into yourself, educate yourself, learn every day. You gotta grow every day. If you ain't growing, you're heading backwards, because the world is evolutionary. Changing every day, you know what I'm saying?
Amen. Changing every day. And if we don't change with the world, we'll be left behind under a rock. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I think it's time to get political now, man. What you say? You seem like a pretty enlightened brother, or informed brother. You can tell by your lyrics.
Hey, man, ain't into the politics, man.
I mean, you know what I mean. Not actual politics.
I'm messing with you, bro.
Yeah. See, I tell you, sharpening the whip. But yeah. So, what do you think about this whole COVID-19 situation that we are in? Was it, I don't want to get too far into like a conspiracy, but just based on the reality of economical standpoints of where we are as a country, and ironically, a lot of people had just received their what's that thing? The
stimulus.
No, before the stimulus, around like February and March, a lot of people get these tax returns. That's what it is.
Okay.
Tax returns.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe this is just my point of view, but they control the dollar, where the dollar was being spent and what it was being, spent on. Essential needs.
Mm-hmm.
Grocery store stock definitely rose. I played the stock and I was just watching different companies, how their stocks went up. Wall Street is closing, Wall Street is crashing. Yeah, right. But anyway, what's your whole take on why we are quarantined, why our dollars are being controlled, why we are in a semi-martial law state of being? There's no actors working, no artists working.
Yeah, I am an actor as well.
Yeah.
What's my take? Shout out the ones to the films we got coming up. But I just wanted to, I'm not political, but when it comes down to politics, man, that's like the Matrix form. Like, we looking at a screen of people playing moves, and honestly, the pieces is, we honestly looking at pawns and pieces. Like, so getting caught up in that while laws get passed and we don't even know what's honestly going on from behind the scenes. That's something that's been going on for a long time, and that's a sad truth to our reality, because we want to have like a good world we live in, but the truth is, it's just, you know, from whether different colors of the skin, you want to get down to there, or you want to get to different rules of businesses. Like you said, businesses got shut down. They said your businesses don't matter in the form of, like, I get why it's complicated. You got sicknesses. You got, that's the word for it. It's complicated. If it's not contagious, because information is contagious. You getting all this information you receiving, and it got your emotions boiling. So, I mean, to get deep is just almost impossible to get so deep. But just my perspective, just to get a glimpse of it, is just the world been effed up for a long time. So I'm not surprised at anything. I know that they was aware of. When I say they, it's like a movie. When you watch a movie from the start, you see the main star works from the back end, but the public doesn't really know what's going on. But you know, because you're watching a movie. By the time it hits the public, it's already too late. We the public. So it's like things may have been aware for years, which it was 100% already facts and the information you could receive, knowledge. So it's like our focus. You talked about they control the dollar, they control focus of expenditures. They control focus of what you focus on. Media. I mean, it gets deep and complicated, and it's honestly, from all perspectives, it's almost unrealistic. So to really still keep going to it, it can even get spiritual. Just good versus bad, and I just know we need outlets that's willing to talk about it. So I'm just glad to have even a couple seconds to talk about it. Even have my music be played about it, because that's really how it has to hit different generations. So I don't even know if I really answered the question, like how I feel about it. Like that's how complicated it is. Like, you want to ask me if it's fake, but actually people are sick and actually going through it, and who knows, like, when you don't know it can affect you until it affects someone close to you. Like, I have actually family members that actually going through this and saying they're going through this. So it's like it hits home. And then it's like information you're receiving, what you already know from history of America, the world. It's like I know that for me, I don't just stand and take the information and not want to do anything about it, whether it's each one teach one, whether it's grow and really work to get, some form of prosper, like live your dream, because you living in a world where it's already set up for your failure. So you gotta really think outside the box to even get to where you're trying to go. So if you're willing to accept that, then you can be willing to accept that everything else maybe not be what it seems. So from there, then we can really talk about it. But this COVID-19 is too complicated, because only the people pulling strings really know. But besides that, if anybody is pulling strings on a disease, you know what I'm saying? It's the truth.
Yeah, man.
And that's where the vaccine really comes into play. So I just want to take this time to go to soulo-like-the-others.com/the-vaccine. So go to Soulo Like the Others and go to members and really just subscribe, because I really want fans to really just get that exclusive inside look, because once it's out, I want it to spread even more than contagious-ep.
Most definitely. And guys, like I said, we will have those links in the description of this episode. We are coming up on our 45-minute mark, so that means we got to let the brother go. We probably got some important things.
That was a good conversation in a short time, man. I appreciate you having me. I appreciate all the listeners. I know, like, we got deep out of nowhere, and at the same time, it's all about the music. So I want to take the time to just say, subscribe to me, follow me on all the channels, music, YouTube, check my music videos out, check my IG out. It's all love. and look out. I appreciate y'all.
All right, man. We're looking forward to more EPs, more work. We will subscribe to Vaccine so we can be in the know as well. We just wish you much success for the rest of this year and beyond. You be great, man. Stay safe and wear a mask.
Appreciate you too, Dennis. Want to talk soon. Talk again, next project, whatever, man. Appreciate the opportunity. And be safe, be healthy.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.only1mediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.